Good morning. I don't have my camera lady here today, so it's just us. And I've already recorded this once and forgot to press play, so I guess I do need my camera girl, so let's try it again. All right, question 1. They're showing you a trapezoid on a graph, right? God, Carrie, drawings are so bad. Okay, so they're showing you a trapezoid sort of like that. What they want you to recognize is that if I could take this shape and flip it this way, look what shape I could make. You recognize this shape, we've done it already. Whole thing's a parallelogram. So two trapezoids, this one and this one, make a parallelogram. So if we know the area for area of a parallelogram, we can figure out the area for area of a trapezoid, okay? So the way to copy the drawing is, in the first question, okay, you count how many boxes are on the base. In this case, it's 4, okay? Yeah, 4. And on the top, it's 2, okay? So now you're going to take this line and extend it 4 boxes because we're going to flip it upside down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And this line, you're going to extend it 2 boxes, 1, 2, and then just come down and connect it, okay? So then they ask you the length of the bases. Well, the length of this base is 4 here and 2 here, right? Then they ask you the height. In this case, all you have to do is count the boxes, which are on the graph, and this one happens to be 3. So the base is the height, okay? So go answer number 1, draw in the other half of the trapezoids. All you have to do is count. We all know what a crappy artist I am, and I can handle it. So if I can do it, you can do it. And count your boxes for height. That's all you got to do for question 1. Pause the video, go do question 1. Question 2, trapezoid has the bases given. They give you 2 bases. If you make a parallelogram like you did in question 1, what would the base of the parallelogram be? So if I have a base of a trapezoid that's 2 and 3, what's the lengths of the base? You could probably ask your younger siblings on that one. All you do is add them together. Okay? Go do question 2. Question 3, find the area of the parallelograms in question 1. Okay, so we're going to go all the way back up to the top again where you drew in the other halves, right? So in the first one, we had a base of 4 and 2 and a height of 3, okay? And they want you to find the area of this parallelogram. You should remember from a couple of days ago, you just did areas of parallelograms is base times height. Okay? So my base is 4 plus 2, which is 6. My height is 3. So the area of this whole parallelogram is 18. And they haven't given us what the units are, so you don't have to include a unit, but you normally do. Okay, go do question 3, halfway there. Okay, question 4. How many trapezoids make up each parallelogram in question 1? All right, so I had a trapezoid and I made it into a parallelogram. How many trapezoids is that? That's a tough one. If I had the area of this whole parallelogram, but I only wanted the area of this trapezoid, what would I do to the whole thing to figure out just this half? There's your clue. What do you divide by to cut something in half? Okay? And write a formula for the area of each trapezoid in question 1. So you're just going to fill in the numbers from question 1. So the first one had a 4 and a 2 and a height of 3. So I'm going to go area equals 4 plus 2 to give me my base times my height. and then I cut it in half to find the area of the trapezoid. Okay? So 4 and 2 is 6 times 3. Remember, Bedmas, order of operations, says brackets come first, no matter where they are in the equation. 4 plus 2 is 6 times 3 divided by 2. 6 times 3 is 18 divided by 2. 18 cut in half is 9. Okay? Go answer the other 2 questions for number 4. Number 5, write the area of the trapezoid using A plus B and H. So here's my trapezoid again. This is base A. This is base B. This is the height. How did we figure it out? Well, we added those 2 together, A plus B. We times it by the height, and then we cut it in half because that formula would give us the formula for the parallelogram, and we only want this half. So we got to cut it in half. Okay, go do question 5. Okay, question 6. Estimate the area of the trapezoid. That does not mean just take the numbers and work with them. It means that you're going to use a skill that we worked on last month where you're rounding. And generally we're going to round to the whole number, possibly the half. Okay? So the first one they give you is a right angle trapezoid. And it's 3.3 meters. And the height is 3 meters. And 7.8 meters. Okay, so we know that area of a trapezoid is A plus B. Oh, wait, that's not what they're asking. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so we have to round. 3 is fine. We don't have to round that, right? But they ask you what are the lengths of the bases. Now, they have written about. I don't like using about. I will teach you something that you'll find more helpful through life and in math later on. This little squiggly line means approximately. So instead of writing about 5 letters, I can just make a squiggly line. Much more efficient, okay? So this means approximately. A 3.3 is approximately 3. They rounded it to the whole number, right? Because I look at if I'm rounding to the whole number, I look at the ones. The next column to the right tells me whether I round up or stay the same. A 3 tells me stays the same. So the 3 stays the same. I drop the 0.3. 7.8 is approximately, well, 7's my whole number. Decimal 8 says round up. So that's approximately 8. Okay? So I would go 8 plus 3 is 11, times 3 is 33, and then they said that when I cut it in half, it's about 18. Not really sure how they got about 18 from 33, but all right. Okay, so you guys are going to do the next 2. However, they're a bit tricky, okay? This one's a really weird trapezoid. You don't see one like that very often. But it's got 8 meters for this base, 2 meters for height, and 546 centimeters for the second base. This should instantly raise a red flag with you. We cannot work with centimeters and meters. Everything has to match. It makes more sense to me to make this into meters than these 2 into centimeters, but you do you. If you like working in centimeters with big numbers, have at it. But I think it makes more sense to go the other way. So, to me, anyways, remember 100 centimeters equals 1 meter. So we got 2 zeros. So we're moving the decimal 2 places. And because meters are bigger, we need fewer of them, so our number gets smaller. So I would go doop, doop. So it's 5.46 centimeters. If we are going to round to the whole number, the 4 tells me to round down, so this would just be 5 meters. Myself, I rounded 5.46 to 5.5. It just means that my estimate is a little bit closer, but it doesn't mean that this is wrong, okay? So you're gonna take your numbers and plug them into your formula. A plus B times H divided by 2. A plus B, we decided it was 5 and 8 times 2 divided by 2. Now, just because I've done a lot of math in my life, and I'll give you a little hint. When something's times 2 divided by 2, you can just cross out the whole thing, because if it was 4 times 2, that would be 8, divided by 2 is back to 4. So I'm right back to where I started. So you could not do that, but we're getting a little ahead. So it would just be 5 plus 8. Okay? Now, that you need to remember that in these last few questions, they have given you the units. So your answer for this one will be in meters squared. For the first one, also meters squared. For the third one, they have done it to you again where you have to convert the measurements, right? You've got centimeters and millimeters in part C. Remember that 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters. So you're only skipping the decimal one place. So whether you convert it to centimeters or convert it to millimeters, you're only going to be skipping left or right one spot. Okay? So you're going to have to convert that millimeters or centimeters, put in the approximate lengths because they're still asking you to estimate, and then give the units in whichever you choose, centimeters squared or millimeters squared. Okay? Now, the last question, they want you to do the actual area, okay? So go finish question 6 with the 3, and then I'll talk to you about question 6B. Okay, so for 6B, you're gonna just take the proper measurements and substitute them into the formula. So remember, area. A plus B times H divided by 2, okay? So all you're gonna do is, what is my first base, what is my second base, what is my height? Add those together, multiply them, cut them in half. Remember that your units are squared. I can't say it enough, because I guarantee you, we have one more lesson and then a test, and some of you are gonna forget to put this squared mark on it. I will be thrilled if nobody forgets. I'll drop off something exciting at your house if everybody gets it right, okay? I got to see Dexter from far away and Ava from far away today. It was really nice. So, all right, that's it for today. Easy breezy. Like I say, that's lesson 9. Lesson 10 will be tomorrow, and then there is a test after lesson 10. Just remember, triangle, length times width. Or rectangle, triangle, hang on, parallelogram, base times height, triangle, base times height divided by 2, and trapezoid is A plus B times H divided by 2, okay? Piece of cake. 4 different things for your test so far. Have a good day. It's beautiful out. I miss you. I wish we were in school, but at least we've got something.